So, hello and welcome to Triple C Rated. Very sorry there wasn't one last week. Mum actually had quite a bad cold, so we couldn't record anything, which is a shame because we really did want to do something, but we couldn't. I was contemplating doing this by myself, but no one really wants to listen to me, so it's
you
pointless.
don't put it. We like.
No. So yeah, we're here today.
It's one missing. It just wouldn't be the same, is it?
No. I'll keep
Had to
telling
be
myself that.
In a clan.
In a clan, yeah. So we, so since last time, Chinese New Year's been and gone. So.
No, not gone yet.
Well, no, yeah, still.
It's still 15. February the 5th, I think, is the last day.
Yeah, so there's a long time. That's why these are still here.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the day of itself, the big celebration that we normally do, is all gone.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think we're going to start off as we normally are today. Our drink of choice is Fair Trade, Chenin Blanc from Co-op.
Co-op, yeah, Co-op do quite good wine.
Yeah. Also, They haven't paid us. They haven't given us anything. No one cares about us enough to do that. So before someone gets mad at us,
if you do, you can.
Oh yeah, fully give us free stuff, Co-op.
By all means, yes.
Right. Do you want to do the first topic?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say something. Oh yeah, just for those of you who know who we are, our cookbooks are back in stock. We've sold 13,000 now. 13,000? Is that a thing? Is that a number? Yeah, that is a number.
1,300. Don't say 13,000.
No,
13,000.
No,
it's not 13,000.
It's not 1,300.
1,000.
No.
130.
We've sold
What
one
are you
book.
No, 130.
You're going the wrong way.
1,300 is 1,300.
Have you sold 1,300?
We've sold 13,000, which is more.
Wait, my mum's getting confused.
Beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning. Mum's getting confused.
I thought, all right, okay. Yeah, I believe.
No, this time round, we've sold 900.
Really quickly, isn't it?
Well, that was in pre-orders.
Yes.
And then we've sold quite a few on top of that. But the thing is, what a lot of people don't realise is that we're self-published, which means we have to pay for those books. So when those books came in that door, and I put a video up on TikTok and Instagram, people going, that's a lot of books. What they don't realise is that was a whole load of fucking money I had to spend. Like,
yeah,
we didn't eat for a couple of days.
Yeah, before you can make the money back, isn't it? Yeah.
And we didn't go anywhere for over a year just to make sure we could cover those costs because unlike most people who write books, they're covered. In fact, I was looking at this the other day. As a self-published writer, we've sold more books than most people sell when they're published.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and still no one wants to print our books. I don't understand it. I don't know what. I'm pretty sure I am.
I think it's just you.
I think I'm on the Truman Show, and obviously my life can't be easy because that wouldn't be fun to watch.
No, I think someone out there, hey you, someone out there, all right, get in touch with us.
Yeah, there's any. I think we've only got 100 people that listen to this podcast.
Oh, is it?
You don't know what those people do.
Well, those 100 people can pass it on and pass it on.
That's true.
Yeah, 100 people and 100 or even 10 will be add up.
But that's actually a good point. Like I always think what kind of grinds my gears is when people use our recipes and then they don't say where they got it from. And I know it's not deliberate and I know it's completely innocuous, but like I think if everyone just said, okay, I did this because I watched these people,
I think people
we would grow so much more faster and then be able to.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I think people are a bit. Is the word like? Not say selfish. They just want to keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
They don't want nobody to know.
Like that time when someone came into our place and they were annoyed that their friend knew about our eatery.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think that's the case when it comes to. I just think it's. Like I'll be honest, I would never think of tagging I was going to say dictator, a director. If I watch Spider-Man, I'd never go, hey, Spider-Man director, you did a great job.
but
I just go, this
But
movie's
Spider-Man
amazing.
is already big.
Yeah, they already earn billions of pounds.
Yeah, but no,
anyways.
that's not the mindset. What I'm saying is that's the
So
mindset.
everybody know who's a Spider-Man is.
Yeah, but the thing, I think a lot of people think we're much bigger than we are. I mean, yes, okay, I get stopped in the street every now and then and have to take a few photographs, don't you know? But that happens very rarely because 99.999999999% of people don't have a clue who the fuck I am,
No,
and they don't care either
no,
until everyone else starts sharing us.
yeah.
So this has been a massive advert in us sharing or getting you to share us. It didn't mean to start like that. This is the amazing thing about alcohol. Drink
No,
responsibly.
not really.
No, not really. We've had a few sherbets before we started.
Just a few sips.
Just a few.
Yeah.
About 3 sips I have.
I've topped you up, Mum.
No, I haven't drank much.
I've literally, like, you got down to there and I've topped you up.
Yeah, but it's
Back to
still
there.
3 sips in here. It was there.
3 sips on your second glass. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get on with the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
This is my wife, Lydia, by the way.
yeah.
I know people
You
at home.
introduced me the first time.
Yeah, Phil.
Yeah.
You need to introduce every time, isn't it? Because there might be new people watching,
Yes,
so they
Mum.
don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you
Yes.
for that. I just found out these buttons have noises on. That's why that was a
Yeah.
complete accident, by the way. It wasn't an accident. I just
No,
didn't know
you
what
did it on
noise.
purpose.
Yeah.
Didn't know what noise it was.
Should we start with a food topic or?
We don't mind.
Yes, food.
Yeah.
Well, what we'll do, we're going to have a new format from now on. We're going to start off just a quick, light-hearted intro, trying to get people to follow us.
Yeah, make people
And then
feel
we'll
sorry
follow.
for us
Yeah,
and all that.
exactly. And then we'll follow by a food section. And then we'll end off with topical things. Just, for example, like we did last time, we did conspiracy theories. And then maybe the other times it will be news reports and stuff like that. I don't know. Well, that's going to be the format. So intro, food topics, and then something light-hearted that everyone can just listen to at the end. You know, I say light-hearted. It's going to get heated, but like it doesn't.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, fair one.
And if
Okay.
there's anything you want us to talk about,
Comment.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, first topic of this evening. Are there any food trends that annoy you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, next question.
I was waiting for Mum
The
and to see
fruit trend,
food trends that annoy you.
sesame seed.
Yeah. They're on
I don't-
everything, aren't
do you know-
they?
I completely forgot about but Mum, every time we film something,
Not just I
Fucking
film
sesame.
something, I see everywhere someone posted they just sprinkle a sesame seed. It just doesn't need it, all of them. Some do, but not all of them.
Well,
It just doesn't go with it.
Well,
That's my opinion, you know. But that is really get me going now. Sesame seeds, use it properly.
can I speak there?
Yes.
Thank you. Also, you don't get the maximum flavour out of them unless you've toasted them, which
A lot of
means-
people don't toast it; they just sprinkle
Yeah,
it.
but
on.
then that's garnishing for the sake of garnishing, which is one of my pet hates. And any good chef out there will tell you if you're garnishing for the sake of garnishing or for the visual aspect, it has no business of being on the plate because it's offering nothing other than a visual aspect.
Yeah, that's definitely yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like just sprinkling flour on top of the food, isn't it? You just don't. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
It doesn't taste of anything.
That's not a good. There's not. Okay, yeah.
No, but it wouldn't though. You'd bake a loaf of bread, wouldn't you? You wouldn't just sprinkle.
They do though. Loaves of people with loaves of bread do sprinkle. That's why they're like floury on the top, isn't it?
Yeah, but
doing
not
that
all
for?
I
bread
don't know.
look that need it though.
No, but it's that rustic look.
Yeah, rustic.
No, it
yeah.
just makes it look like it's gone off. Mold.
Someone at home listening to this is raging that they dust their bread. Look, by the way, when we're talking, we're not having to go at anyone in particular.
Yeah, don't worry.
like-
It's not personal or
No.
anything.
No, it's not personal at all. If you
It's just
think that
we
it's personal, I'm sorry you feel it that way. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not. My pet, not my pet. The trend I hate at the moment.
Annoying, not hate.
No, I hate it. Is what this whole. No, that's kind of past as well.
What?
I was going to say mochi, but not mochi. Matcha.
What is matcha? You mean the
That
one
green
with
tea that everyone puts in everything.
Oh,
Making
matcha.
tea, put some
Matcha.
matcha in it. You're making some toast, sprinkle some
Is
matcha
it a wrong
on
spelling? Is it matches?
Matches.
No, ma.
No. No one's eating matches. But it is on fucking everything.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you mean the green
Well, it
tea
was.
sprinkle?
It's kind of gone away
Is it?
now.
No, I think it's still...
No.
Huh?
No.
No.
You sound Australian there.
Oh, thanks.
There's
No.
another one is cinnamon.
No, 5 Spice. Putting 5 Spice in fucking everything. Right. I don't know what it is,
Chow
but when
mein,
someone
fried rice,
new
curry,
comes to any
anything.
group or any Chinese takeaway food group, they go, I'm putting 5 Spice in my chow mein, a curry, sweet and sour, and it doesn't taste anything like the Chinese takeaway. Yeah, because they're not putting fucking 5 Spice in everything. Like,
Yeah.
It's
I put
quite
all the
literally
five
like-
spice in. Why doesn't it taste right?
it's literally, yeah, it's so
And I fried in
irritating.
sesame oil.
It's a little bit like a Chinese person going, why isn't my cottage pie not working? Because instead of gravy, I used mayo.
Yeah,
Because white people love mayo.
they do. I love mayonnaise.
Well, not white people, I'd say.
Caucasian.
No, not Caucasian. Westerners.
Westerners.
Yeah.
Because
that's
I was
the
just
word.
going to say it because it has now travelled all across Asia.
Yeah, my
The Japanese
goodness.
mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
But that's another one of my pet hates when they put the mayonnaise. Like, it never used
No,
to be on
salad
it.
cream. They use. I was so
Oh, that's
shocked.
disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I know people do like it, and I don't hate people for liking it. It's like whatever you like. But when you don't like something and it's on everything, it's just
Yeah.
I can't even go to a fucking petrol station and get a sandwich in case it has mayo in it.
Yeah. And every sandwich does have mayonnaise in it.
Yeah,
Even if it's just cheese sandwich.
They're
Mayonnaise,
mayonnaise. Yeah, because the mayonnaise stick together, isn't it?
weirdly though, I like garlic mayo.
Garlic mayonnaise in anything is fantastic.
I like garlic mayo, but then it's just
Yeah, garlic
Garlic.
mayonnaise is nice. I think when was the last time I have it? I think maybe it was last year, isn't it? Year before last?
no,
Try
mum.
some.
You've had it since.
No, I have not this year. It's only just been gone January. I haven't had any this year. Last
but
year
that's
I
not
didn't
impressive.
have any garlic mayo.
I haven't had any
The
mayonnaise.
year
this
before, it was the year before I had some garlic mayo. First time I tried it, I thought, oh, that's quite nice. Yeah. But I wouldn't crave for it.
That was cruel.
It's a cricket.
That was cruel, wasn't it? Yeah, it was cricket. Mum was saying that I wish I got this on. I literally just figured out that these buttons make noises, right? And I was playing them, and then Mum was repeating the noise straight after. I didn't tell her to do this. Mum was just repeating the noise straight after, wasn't she? And I wish I got that on camera because it was
Yeah.
fantastic. Mum, repeat this one.
What was it? That sounds like that in what is that? Greece, Sandy. They were in the seaside. That's a sound. Is it Sandy?
Oh, do you know what? Actually, this is a side thing. And the director, right?
Yeah.
You might not know this, but the director of Grease confirmed this, so it's been rebunked as truth.
What is rebound mean?
Rebunked, like when you debunk something, it's like you make
Took it off.
you kind of like the MSG myths, right?
Oh,
They've
right,
been debunked,
okay.
which means
Yeah.
they've been proven false. When you rebunk something,
Yeah.
it's been proven true.
Yes.
And there was this theory, and the director said, yes, this is true. So essentially, you know, at the end, when Sandy and Danny go off
Yeah.
in the car into the sky,
Yes. Into the heaven.
Yeah.
The cloud. Yes.
she's dying.
Yes.
What do you mean, yes?
Yeah, that's why she's dying. That's why.
What, why?
It was in a dream. It looked like it was in a dream
So she's
of
dying
hers.
in her dream.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Mum might be a secret movie genius, and Mum doesn't even like movies. Okay, but do you know why? Hold on, I'm just gonna turn off my mic to cough for a second. Do you know why she's in a dream?
It looked like she was in a coma. She was thinking about the whole thing. It was not real.
What?
How
How do you know that? Mo, you've heard this before, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
What?
There's no way on earth you figured this out by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm stunned.
No, I never heard of it. I think it looked like she was in a dream.
Yeah, well, okay, so long story short is, you know, in the beginning,
Yeah.
her and Danny are playing in the water.
Yes.
In real life, Sandy, they go out into the water and Sandy gets in trouble and she basically drowns.
Yes.
And then the whole movie after that is apparently her dream. That's why it's a musical. Coma,
yeah.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
And you just thought there's no what.
Because she was going up in the cloud in the end, isn't it? He and Sandy. No, he and Danny Zuko.
Yeah, Sandy Zuko. Well, anyway, well, I'm very impressed that you managed to get there. I can't remember where we were.
Oh, it's
What
about
it
that
was.
sun. Like Sandy, that music.
Yeah, but where were we before that?
You were just saying how your ma was repeating all the sounds at the...
No, it's
Food trends that I hate.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if it's a food trend, but I hate the whole...
Oh, there's another one. Is that Sichuan peppercorn?
Oh, yes.
you're
that's
just
Naming
angry after those
high.
noodles you had the other day.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But everywhere when they think they want to Sichuan peppercorn, they say, what do they say? Numb your what? You bloody take off all your taste bud away.
test bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it, but too much of it just no.
I know exactly what you mean, but the issue is what I think a lot of Westerners don't realise is that Szechuan peppercorns do have a numbing sensation in your tongue,
has,
right?
yes.
Which is why Szechuan food is so hot, because it allows you to be able to eat hotter. And the reason you need to eat hot is because you need the molecules on your tongue to oxidize faster, which is what chilies does in order for you to be able to taste anything. It doesn't mean like more Szechuan chili adds more flavour.
No, it doesn't.
So peppercorn,
It has
sorry.
got this,
If anything,
that
it
flavour
makes
that I
it dulls it, and it also is very metallic.
Yeah, it's just too punchy, too
Isn't it?
much of it. You can't taste anything. It's just the peppercorn.
It's well overused,
Sichuan, yes.
and it's well overused by
And
Chinese
well
people as well.
overused, and then they put too much of it in, you know?
Yeah, it's well overused by Chinese people, and what's irritating as well is that because someone is Chinese and they've added that much, people go, "Yes, that's exactly what it should
must
be."
be
No,
right.
no, not all Chinese. I say this every podcast. Not every Chinese person is a chef, just
Yeah,
like
you
not
wouldn't-
every white person.
You wouldn't
or
look at every
Westerner.
white person and think they can definitely cook.
Well, they can
You just
definitely cook
wouldn't.
cottage
Or
pie.
making
no.
bread or something
Yeah.
like that.
I
Yeah.
can't
Well, just a
cook bread.
cottage pie in itself. Actually, if you genuinely think about it, and what a lot of you probably don't realise is making a cottage pie is actually quite difficult. To us, it's normal, right?
No, like triple cooked chips. They don't know how to cook the triple cooked chips. Not everyone. a
Yeah,
Westerner
but
know
no,
that.
just let me finish
Yeah.
my analogy, okay? So, my auntie, brilliant chef, brilliant cook. That her English food always is delicious, but it's always missing something, and it's because they're not taught the same kind of things that we are when we're growing up, like in terms of how you need to mash your potatoes, but you are taught that. So they just know you need to mash it, but they don't know you need to mash it until the lumps are out. They don't know that how much milk and butter you put in affects the texture, but we're taught that growing up, and to us that's easy, but the exact same applies the other way round. So not every Westerner is going to be able to make Western food, and not every Chinese person is going to be able to make good Chinese food.
It's like a
Exactly.
Westerner making rice in a saucepan.
Yeah.
It's like they're not taught that you need a rice cooker.
Well, the thing is, you don't need a rice cooker, but that's another thing. I think
Be convenient and easier.
it's convenient and easier, and I think because rice is such a almost accolade
Yeah.
that Westerners have that they can be able to do, that it's more important for them to sit back and say, "Well, I don't need a rice cooker,"
Yeah, because
rather
I'm
than
so good at
yeah,
it.
exactly, rather than go, well, I'll just use a rice cooker because the end product is probably going to be better and much easier. And then they just go, no, it's not easier. but then we've proved it in videos because it is.
Yeah, I don't know why there's this certain level of arrogance from Westerners with Asian food. Like, it's not impressive that you can cook rice. Like, okay, like rice is the most simplest things to cook, and you're being really arrogant about it.
But it's not. But that goes back to what I'm saying about the cottage pie. For Westerners, the cottage pie is easy, but the rice isn't because they're not brought up knowing how to do that. But the people who are brought up knowing how to do that, we can cook rice in a pot all day long. We know we can do that, but we're saying this is what irritates me because I can do that. The reason I don't do it is because do that. It's because it is actually easier, and the end result is slightly better than doing it in the pan.
Yes,
It's way
it
better.
is. Back home, not many people haven't got a rice cooker at home.
None.
If you haven't got a rice cooker, why don't you go and get a rice cooker?
Yeah.
They will say it to
Yeah.
you. Why you want to
What are you
stand
doing?
there?
Are you stupid?
Why
Are you
you want to
stupid?
stand there and watch the rice boil, and then if you not watch it diligently, you're going to burn the rice. I know when I was young, my task was to boil the rice, and I have to stood there and watch the rice to cook, to evaporate the water, and then you put the lid on. And sometimes, being a kid, right, you just go out and play. By the time you run back and the rice is burned, you get bloody told off. So if I have a rice cooker, I will use a rice cooker. I don't really want to go back to the old-fashioned type that you stood on a stove there, wait for your rice to boil, and then put the lid on. No, I haven't got time for that now.
And
Ain't
you can
nobody
leave
got
it
time
as
for
well
that.
when it's ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't have to then eat it straight away. You
That's-
can leave it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you come back later after you've had your food, you're still a little bit peckish.
And you
Yeah.
can have more. But that's Chinese culture though. We don't just like I think maybe that's partly one of the issues. Is that in Chinese culture, our meal isn't we sit down, have the meal and we're done. It's we sit down, have the meal, talk, eat again, talk, continue eating until like it's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and we're still picking at it.
Yeah.
You know? It's more of an interactive thing
Yes.
rather
That's
than
right, yeah.
let's sit down, the meal's done, that's it.
Yeah. Which is very Western as well. You sit down at a set time, you eat your dinner, you're done, off you go.
Yeah. I can't remember where we were, but the next one.
No, I mean, I was going to say it's not really a food trend,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
but the whole sort of like, so the trend of bubble tea at the moment, that really fucks me off actually. So yeah.
Yeah.
Like everyone go, oh my God, bubble tea on every single corner you go to, bubble tea, oh my God, have you ever heard of this? But 3 or 4 years ago, if you went to a white person and gone, here's some tea and it's got jelly in it, they'd go, fuck off. What are you talking about, jelly and tea?
No, that
Go
actually
away.
happened.
We had it before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did, and people
Yeah.
were like, "What's this weird stuff in the bottom?"
Yeah, well, because when we first started going out, we go to the Chinese supermarket, and there's all these like canned drinks, and they've got the
Wheatgrass,
jelly
lemon, grass jelly.
stuff in it, and like I tried them, and they were a bit weird, but they actually taste quite nice. But you'd never get. Thank you.
Yeah, carry on.
No, I didn't want to,
You never get.
because I can't get close enough to right. Yeah, you never get like a white person going in there and picking up a few cans of jelly drink.
You do now. You do.
Exactly. Now you do because it's trendy. It's
Yeah.
cool to
Yes.
like jelly in your drink, and anything else like that sort of
Seaweed
like
is
the whole
made
dumpling,
of.
the
Yes.
soup
Yeah,
dumplings.
it's 饺子 or whatever
Anything
you
like
call
that.
it. Yes.
When a white person thinks it's cool, it's okay.
Yes.
When the traditional thinks it's cool, it's
It's
not
not
okay.
Yeah.
That really irritates
Yes, we have
me.
been eating it for years and years and years. And I used to make them on, I was very young. All the, everything, you know.
No one
Fresh
questioned
made.
that. Then you questioned yourself
You
for
don't
that
tell
answer.
me I didn't make it.
How dare you? No, you're drunk.
I love doing all those, what we call it like the drinks that now is really, really popular with the aduki beans and the sago and all the grass jelly. And then you get the other jelly is a agar-agar. It's like a seaweed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like my granddad's first place wasn't a Chinese takeaway place. It was a
street food
Malaysian
store.
street food store, in
Yeah.
particular specialising in drinks. But his father did food before then as well, and it was like, oh, was it Popos? No, it wasn't. It was sorry, Popo means gran. It was my granddad's side, and they did the street food, and then he did the drinks specifically.
Yeah, we all
Treats.
do
It
the
wasn't just
drinks, yeah.
treats. It wasn't just drinks. It was like
Everything, yes.
deep fried like treats and things like that.
Yes.
You know, so like the things you see now on Instagram when
Very
people go,
trendy. All those
how are they
fancy
doing
drink.
that? That's
yeah.
mum was doing that at like 3 years old.
Yeah.
Do you know? Like, and legit at like 5 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people don't even realise that I started cooking at like 10.
Yeah. First thing we haven't got so lucky like the Western side of it. We were given a cleaver as a toy to play. Well, not really.
No, my first toy was a meat cleaver.
No, honestly, we haven't.
I'm not just
when we
No,
were
I know.
young, when we get a knife, our parents would not bat an eyelid for us to just to go and get a drawer and get a knife to cut. It's just a normal thing for us to use a knife and a chopping knife to cut the coconut and everything.
I also want to point out that we live in a very rural area, and we were outdoorsy, right, as kids.
Yes, yeah.
So
I never
the meat
really-
cleaver wasn't like, oh, here's a meat cleaver, go chop something. It was like, here's a meat cleaver, use it as a multi-tool. I used it as a hammer. I used it to chop down wood to build dens. And I think, I genuinely believe that's where I haven't cut myself for years with a knife. I have cut myself putting my hands into a sink and
You
cutting
never
myself
do the washing up.
on an open
No, I haven't. Yeah.
open can that
Yeah.
was in there. It was hidden behind.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I don't
it
know why it
was,
was hidden
yeah.
behind. Anyway, by the by, as an adult, I haven't cut
Yeah.
myself.
No,
but I
I
think
get-
that's because I grew up using knives.
Using it. Yeah, we were young. We were really young. You know, about 5, 4 like that. We were already cutting up the coconut and to cut up the coconut and drink the juice and everything.
Did you put the lime in it?
No, we did not put the lime in it.
You didn't put the lime in the coconut.
No.
Did you drink it all up?
Yeah, we just chop it and go like that. It's just like a wild. Why put a lime in it?
You didn't put the lime in the coconut. You drink it all up. You don't know that song?
No, we don't put lime in it. No. We don't
That
put
went
lime.
straight over
Lime
your head. I
and
thought you'd get
coconut.
that.
Lime and coconut just not really go sometimes. We just stir it
Sometimes.
up.
Look, coconut. I'm not a massive fan of coconut. When it comes to curries, coconut in curries is, but the flavour by itself, I don't care about.
No, the fresh one is really nice.
No, I know what the fresh one tastes like.
Yeah,
the fresh one
juice
tastes like
and
solid water.
Especially the soft kernel, is it? Not kernel, the flesh.
Flesh. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's really hard, we don't like it. It's too hard, then you bliss it and you squeeze it to make the coconut milk. We used to do that. Every morning I had to get up at 5 o'clock and to do it before we go to school. And go
Could
to
you
the
imagine doing
market.
that now to a kid?
Yeah.
They'd get you done for like abuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they would though. But I mean, the thing is though, it needs must, isn't it? Like,
No, I know, but I think it's good to have kids to have.
To learn, yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
responsibility.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it give us I never have a. Is actually it make me a very solid person.
Do you know what I just thought about? You could
Yeah.
teach kids what currency is by point system at school.
Yeah.
So like, if you do not so it's not academic. It's not linked with academia. It's just linked with effort. So you put effort in, you get X amount back, and then at the end of the day, if you've got like 10 effort credits, you can get a stick of rock or something. Stick of rock. What am I from? The
Jeez.
the 1800s.
I think kids should talk about
Stick.
profiting. Profit. You know, if you
It should
sell
be taught
something.
business.
Yeah, business. Not say just business, just how everything works. If you sell this one, how much you have to make it back for your cost price, and then to make a profit. You cannot sell your goods in a loss, isn't it?
No.
So you have to make how much you have to sell it to make a profit to cover all your costs. I think that is quite important.
No, I think that is important, but
Yes.
money management is more important. So
money management is a bit like business as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not just,
I think money management is important to teach,
yeah.
but I genuinely think not everyone is capable of doing business, because people will see money in their account,
Yeah.
and they'll go, well, that's money in my account, I'll spend that. And then all of a sudden they have to pay tax on the money they've made. They haven't set that aside, and then they do that every year, right? And I don't think, or personally, I don't think that is something that you can be taught. I think it's just something.
To be a bit in you as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, yes, you can teach to a certain extent.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
But I think to be really good and really successful at it, it just has to be in you. It's just like Usain Bolt. He's the fastest man on the planet through genetics. It's in him.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
I think we should talk a minimum level of it to understanding how money works.
I think we should teach a high level of it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're not teaching. Also, like finances in terms of what a mortgage is, we should be. I know we've covered this before in past podcasts, but I think it needs covering again.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to repeat it. You know, we do go forget about it sometimes.
Hold on, the camera's died. I've got to go change the battery.
Okay, see you in a minute.
Sorry about that. I need to sort out like a live feed. Live feed?
Yes.
A cable to the camera,
Yes.
so it doesn't die every time. But I can't remember where we were because it was 15 minutes ago now for us.
We were talking about
Management.
Oh,
Kids
yeah,
managing money.
Yeah.
yeah, and how they don't know how to use it.
No, but I mean,
Some do, but we're not saying that everyone don't. But the majority of them haven't got much of a clue of how money management. I think like a little bit of like a what is it called?
education. The thing is, though, I was educated on this. I remember being educated on this at school. I don't understand why it just seems like my year. I think people are, so people just forget.
I think it comes down to the sort of person you are as well. Like,
But that's what this is what I go back to. Like, I was taught this at school. I knew what a mortgage was because I took general studies at school. Okay, so maybe it was but I mean, not general studies, whatever the equivalent is for GCSEs when I was at school.
GCSEs.
Yeah, when I was at GCSEs, you had to do that random course. Can't remember what it's called. Anyway,
I don't remember doing that, but then I didn't take my GCSE, so can't remember.
I didn't know as well.
You didn't?
No, we did
Mum's
have the
from
junior.
Brunei, isn't it?
Yeah, we have the junior
Yeah, but there would
BJCE.
be
But it's the same. Then I didn't go for my is it all level? It's because when I was at school, we have to. My parents have to pay for our education, and because if you are at our school, if you are not very good on that year, and they will let you stay 1 year behind. Because I did stay 1 year behind, so I was a bit older than compared to some of my classmates. So eventually I felt a little bit embarrassed to go to school because I was a bit older than my other school.
you were held back a year.
Yeah, if you are not good enough to go up to the next.
Why were you held back a year?
We have an exam in the end of the year. If you didn't get good grade, our passing mark, you know how much?
80.
Yes, well, at least 75, you just pass.
75, yeah. Okay,
You
so
had to be
72 is
85%, then you were in a C or B. You had to be in a 90 to be, to get promoted. If you're under the C, it's about
do you
65.
remember what you got?
I can't remember. I know I failed my maths.
4.
Yeah, my maths were not very, very when I was at school, they were doing, I can't remember what mass was it, but then they changed it into a modern mass. And modern mass, I just could not get the hang of it. That's why I failed my mass. That's why I felt that I had to stay back 1 year, and all my friends went up to the next form 3, so I stayed behind.
How old were you? I'm surprised by that because like you aren't stupid in any way, shape, or form. It's shocked me that you.
Yeah, but there's stuff you can be quite intelligent in everyday life.
Well, the only reason
in school.
Well, no, the only reason I think Mum wouldn't have passed is because Mum is Mum. Like
Maybe.
you guys at home don't know Mum like I do. Mum is like the biggest troublemaker on the planet. Like someone says, do this. Nope. No way. I'm going to do it my way. And if it's wrong, I will learn myself.
No, I was.
No.
I went to school in 1990. Well, I did started to go to the Chinese school when I was young. It was a back then, long time ago, nearly 60 years ago. We normally have like the 2 siblings went to school together. Me and my another sister. And we were quite the same age. We were just about 1.5 years. So my father delayed her going to school and wait for when I'm ready to go to school. So 2 of us go to school together. She was 5. I was just turned 4 when I go to my first school in Chinese school. So 2 of us can walk to school. First day, going to school, walk to school on our own.
No, wait. This is context. That's about a 3-mile walk, isn't it?
No, not when I was young. Was not in 1965. Then we moved into a village out in a.
Oh, okay.
When in 1964, I was about 4 years old.
Sorry, can I interrupt?
Yeah.
There's actually a school in the town that Mum's from, which is Syria, that's named after my great granddad, because he put so much work and effort into building the school, didn't he?
No, that was in. That was another one. One of my grandfather was.
Yeah,
Not my father, my grandfather.
Oh, so my great grand.
Not great grandfather. My grandfather. That's your great grandfather.
So my great grandfather.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was. There isn't. We drive by it quite a bit because it's quite near the house, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to, just like me and Mum. Sorry, I had to cough. Me and Mum like to do as much as we can for charity, and it wasn't until I was well into my adulthood that I realised that. Well, Mum told me that the school we drive past when we go back to Brunei, is there because my granddad, great granddad,
put money into
Gungung's
it.
dad.
No, my mother.
Oh,
my
the other
mother's
side.
Yeah,
Wai
Gong.
okay.
Yeah,
Wai Gong.
mother, maternal side. No, the maiden side.
Yeah. Put money into it. I was like, that's insane because like we do loads of charity work. Well, we try as much as we can.
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Not many people can say that.
No, that's true, but we don't do it for the accolades. In fact, we've done quite a bit, and we haven't filmed it or even publicised that we've done it. We just do it for the sake of it because we don't need the views.
Yeah.
Like it's just
It kind of takes it away a little bit.
it becomes when you start doing it for the views. I get it. I get people want to see this, and it's inspirational for people. Those accounts, fantastic, brilliant. But I'm not. We don't do it for the accolades or the. We do it to give genuinely back to our local area.
Yes. Yeah. It's about when I first go to school was 1964. I was about 4 years old, and the school, me and my sister walked to school on the first day. It's about 5 minutes walk, So my older sister, we all be in the same class. And then because we had to pay for our education, my father could not afford our school fee. So that's why I was a lot older than the rest of my schoolmate. My father pulled us out of the school because we cannot afford the school fee. So I did not go to school 1 whole year. So when I go back to school, I was a lot older 1 year older than my rest of the classmate. And then I failed 1 year. Then I lost 2 years, so I'll be 2 years older than my other classmate. Eventually, I get a bit
pissed off.
Not say pissed off. A bit embarrassed. I was older than my other schoolmate were a couple of years younger, so I decided I didn't want to go to school anymore, and I didn't tell my father I did not go to school. I keep taking the school fee money.
See, but this is what I was telling you. You guys don't know Mum. This is what I was talking about when Mum does whatever Mum wants to do. Like, Mum is an absolute rebel. I don't have that streak in me like that. It's there, but it's not like that. Like, my streak is completely different from... But this is what I was talking about. Like, when Mum said she was held back, it doesn't surprise me. It surprised me in terms of... Mum's really clever, but not...
Don't know about that.
in terms of why. So I can imagine the teachers going, you don't listen in class, and Mum just going, well, I don't listen because you've got nothing good to say. Stuff like that.
I don't know whether I could say it or not, because when we were at school...
Wait, hold on. Go on.
When we're at school, we do tests every about 2 or 3. Suddenly, we go to school.
2 or 3 what?
Just randomly, the teacher will give you a test paper to see whether you were studying at home or not. It's just randomly. When you go in one day, they say, oh yeah, you're going to have this test this morning. And if you fail, you have to take the paper home, your exam paper, and take it home to show your dad if you're not doing very well. So your dad has seen you have not been doing very well at school. Your dad have to sign it. But my brother was not very good at school, so it was always me who
Forged his signature.
my
I did it all the time when I was a kid. Honestly, we had these things called home school journals when I was in like middle school and that. And I did exactly the same thing. Like, every time you had to do your homework, it always have to be signed by your dad or your mum. And I learned how to do my dad. Well, it was dad's signature. Exactly.
Really?
Yeah. Like, exactly. Like, even dad came home once, and the teacher went, "I don't think he's doing his homework, but you're signing off on it." I go, well, I wouldn't be signing off on it if I wasn't doing it. If he wasn't doing his homework. And the dad looked down at the signature, and he just goes, "Well, that is my signature." So he must have done it. So he must have lost it. I did lose it. I didn't lose it. I just didn't do it. But anyway.
I was a good child at school.
Were you?
Yes. I did everything I was told.
I bet you did as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
But
Still fucking failed.
Well, not because of it wasn't your fault.
No. Punched a kid in the face and got expelled.
Did you?
No.
No.
I did. I went.
See, this is all coming. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about. Mum cannot be caged. Carry over.
Me, I went and told one of my kids are being kids. You know, someone like Chinese whisper. Say one of this friend come and say, "Oh, so and so says thing about you." He said, "Is it really?" I said, "What did she say about me?" So I said, "I'm so annoyed that she talked about me behind my back." So I went to school and told a lot of. But then, the mother.
Oh God.
Yeah, here we go.
Went into our house and come and confronted my dad. It was a really face value with someone come and tell you that your kids were
bad.
Bad. It is a really insult to your parenting, you know. God bloody hell. I got cane on my leg and then have to stand outside the house for one whole day.
What?
What?
You stand there?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm wanting. I've not heard this story before, but I know my granddad. He was lovely with me, but I've heard some horrific stories from my...
Yeah, and I missed that Bruce Lee film I was going to watch.
That's the takeaway from this.
Yep. Got really bad sunburn, but I missed the fucking film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing. You stand outside of the house, you know you have done something wrong.
So you had to just stand out
Yeah, just stand outside.
in the sun all day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's horrific. I think we can all agree that's not good parenting.
No.
But this is a different time and different. Like when I say there's no education back then, there was like mums.
I don't think it do me any wrong. It do me anything wrong though. But I had, I know I'd done something wrong. I should not have done it, but it was just a punishment.
Yeah,
if you've done something,
but
not say one whole day, at least have a day in there.
The issue is you can get the same message across without such extreme measures. That's the issue.
It never end up me, hating my father and all this. No, I think highly about them.
No, well, like Gong Gong wasn't a saint, but also he just that's all they knew. It wasn't like nowadays when
that doesn't make it right still though.
But that was just how it was then.
Yeah, and again, doesn't make it right.
Oh no, 100%. Of course, it doesn't make it right. But what I'm saying is though that, like, for my cousins and that lot who were out there at the moment, don't think that way because they're educated now, and there's a much greater thing. Like you got to remember, Mum was 1960s,
yes,
which for back then,
it's normal.
Like how poor they were. Like in the 1960s in England, people had sewage, so they had a toilet. They had a hole in the ground.
Well, there was this thing I saw on on a video the other day. A way to give your child, if you lived in the city or in a block of flats, more air. You literally put it in a cage outside, hanging outside a window. So you could be like 40 stories up, but you put your baby in this cage, which is definitely not screwed into the wall.
Yeah,
just outside.
Why?
To give it more air.
Oh, is it really?
What? Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't dream of putting a baby in a cage hanging outside the building 40 stories up, would you?
Kind of sounds like a Wish advert, to be honest.
Yeah, it does a little bit,
yeah.
actually.
I don't think anyone would do that, though.
No, what?
They definitely wouldn't do that now. No.
What a nutter.
Even back before.
Even back in the 90s when Michael Jackson hung his kid out the window, everyone was like, what the fuck is going on?
That's another, and it might be a bit of a touchy subject, but that's another thing, like, Westerners are really good at. Like, we look at our history, and it's really fucked up, like, really fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at someone else's background and how they were brought up, and they go, you dirty bastard.
Yeah,
like, how dare you beat your child? But I hang mine out the window.
Yeah.
Like, but that might just be because I've never been able to look at it from another point of view. I don't know how other people think about it, but that is another thing that plays a big part, I think. And
your perspective. I mean, I can't remember who it was. I don't know. It'll come back to me. Not Descartes, but someone said perception is reality, and your perception is your reality. And because we're creatures that aren't rational, even though we think we are, we think we're all right, but you're not. Because at the end of the day, like a stone outside has the exact same amount of right to exist that we do. It's just that we're lucky that we've been born with, or been born with a conscience, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But that rock outside, just because it's not conscious, it's made out of the same fundamental particles as we are. So why is it okay for us to smash that to pieces and not something else? That's another argument for another time. So
Let's move on.
I think what we'll do is end it there.
Yeah.
And that's the end of today's podcast. Thank you very much to my wife Lydia.
Choo.
Mum, Choo, obviously.
Choo.
And me, Chin Man.
No.
The Chin. No.
Chinmeister.
Chinaroony! Anyway, that's it from us this week. Thank you very much for watching. Please take everything we say with a grain of salt. We've obviously been drinking. We don't really... we do mean what we say, but like... We don't
it's
hate
just
it.
like just a general conversation, you know? Yeah, it's nothing, no harm done or anything. Not not specifically picking on anyone
You're not
or
specifically.
anything. It's just a general topic, like just you were having a conversation with friends and anyone you know, just like a little bit debate in between you all. It's just a general everyday conversation. Yeah. Cheers. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you. But also, if you don't like us, fuck off.
Just turn off. There's a switch in there.
Don't leave a comment because we don't care. We only care about the people who care about us.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
I feel if they hated you or us, they probably wouldn't have watched this far.
They
Fair
might
one.
do. They might carry on watching it, and
Some
then
people do like
really
to see that
fuming.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, I
See
call,
what they got to say
I won't-
about it.
I won't
you
say
know.
who, but thank you very much to, I'm gonna just, I can't say, but thank you very much to someone I know. They managed to help me out quite a bit, and I managed to find one of our massive trolls and shut them down. So that was very, very fun.
Well, just thank you
Yeah.
for listening. No harm. We're not out there to hurt anybody. It was just a general debate or conversation. Yeah.
And if you don't
Cheers.
like it, be a grown up and just move on.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
exactly. Don't get too angry.
Because also,
angry.
Just move fuck off.
if you comment, you're kind of helping us out anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. And see you next time.
See you next week.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.